working on is we have a few masks. I have this Sub-Zero mask. I have my Scorpion mask. And then I also have my Doctor Doom mask over there. And these masks are, well, I don't really have a way to attach them to my face. I was actually using some shoestrings for a while that I had just taped on here. But that doesn't hold very well. And those things kept coming off. So I need a more permanent solution here. And what I have is I have this roll of Velcro. And it's like I guess 3/4 of an inch wide. And then, it's actually 12 feet long. There's a lot of Velcro on this roll here. But we're only going to work with perhaps a foot at a time of it on each of these masks. And so what we're going to do today is model a little piece that we can attach to the inside of these masks here. And basically what that piece is going to look like is it's going to be kind of like just a pad, maybe a circular thing or a square, rectangle, whatever it is. And that pad will have essentially like a bar, that this can attach to. And then those pads, what we're going to do is we're going to super glue them right to the spots where we want to attach our Velcro straps. And the Velcro strap, it's going to go through the loop and then onto itself there to close. And then we'll just be able to, you'll be able to, pull more through the little loop there, and then close the Velcro as you fold it over. So that's what we're gonna figure out how to do here today. And you know what? As I'm looking at this, is that really gonna work that way? When I fold it over. So if I just fold it over if I just fold the Velcro over like this, it's actually not going to attach. What needs to necessarily happen is that this is designed to go around a whole thing and then loop back over on itself that way. So that's actually something that's well, I guess what I can do then is I can have two straps, one on each side, and they're opposite ways. So then when they come together, then it attaches to your face. Okay? I think that's what I'm going to do to accommodate the design of this Velcro that way. And in terms of how we can attach it to the mask itself, again, we want to make sure that we're using a little piece that it can attach to and be removed from in case we want to, say, clean the mask or maybe replace its Velcro. Of course, we can always wipe the mask down with a hand sanitizing wipe, and that can clean it. But in terms of sanitizing the Velcro, that might be something that we just do by replacing the Velcro or taking it off to wash it. So what we're going to do here in this case is it's still going to be the same kind of mounting mechanism. And I guess we can get started on that, designing that. So we have our little tool here. This is called a caliper, and it's super great. What we can do with it is just sort of pull it open a little bit, right? It's off right now. Oh my goodness, its battery is out. Need to change caliper battery. All right. We're going to open it up. There's our dead battery. And the new battery is right here in this little container. So let's get that open. New battery into the caliper and close the top. All right. So now our little caliper's on. Neato. So we come over here and we sort of open the caliper a little bit. And we kind of see maybe that the pad of this thing can, we're going to say, be, uh-oh, my caliper went out. Oh, Jesus. That's obnoxious. This little piece right here is a little sensitive. All right, so we're going to say that the footprint of this pad, we want it to be maybe 5 millimeters wide. Okay. Now, the width of this Velcro is what? Let's take a look at that. Oh, my goodness. This caliper is super unreliable. This is not good. I should probably get my other one. But let's just look at... Oh, yep. I'm getting my other one, you guys. This one's just a little giant. It's kind of unwieldy to have it on the camera, but, you know, it's better. So we will use it. All right, so on 0. Right, so right here, yeah, we're going to say 10 millimeters, actually, is how much we can fit on the smallest spot right here. And then the width of this is what? 20. Okay. We're say 22, just to give it some extra space. So what we start with is our pad. So let's open up one of these planes right here. Say this one. Sketch. What do we want? A circle? No, we want a rectangle. What kind of rectangle? Center point rectangle. So we start with the center. And now we said that this thing is going to be, well, the pad is going to be larger than the bar itself. So the pad is 10 by, we'll say 27. Let's go ahead and stretch out our pad. We got to finish the sketch by clicking on Finish Sketch. I'm going to move this over here, actually, so you guys can see what I'm doing. It looks like OBS isn't actually capturing some of these windows that I have open, just the main Fusion window. It's not capturing. Can I add it on the fly? Let's see if that's a thing I can do. Okay, so window capture, Fusion 360. Interesting. It looks like window capture doesn't see the little sub windows that Fusion has opened. I'm going to go ahead and abort this new device. Okay, window capture. You can go away. Anyway, so what you're not seeing here is there's a button right here, Finish Sketch. There's a button right here, Finish Sketch. I'm going to press it. That finishes the sketch. And with the sketch finished, we can do extrude. This little pad is going to be what? Say 2 millimeters thick. Not very much. All right. And now, what we want is the thing for it to attach to. So how do we make that, huh? What do you guys think? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up. And let me see. Right. Actually, yeah. I've decided that what I'm going to do is bring this up a bit more. Like, say, quite a bit, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and put 2 holes in it. I mean, it sticks out quite a bit. So maybe that not exactly what I want to do. Oops, excuse me. How much do we really want to do here? I think that's enough. And then what we've got is on this face, we're going to sketch a pair of rectangles here. So this is what? 6 by 27. Okay. We're going to offset the square here inside by 1.5 millimeters. Okay. This, we're going to, it's fixed. I see. That's not what we want. We want essentially a line 1.5 out from there, and then 1.5 out from there. And then at that point, that's where we will do a rectangle like this, which, given that this is 27 by 6, right? What we want is essentially 1.5, I guess, by 24, because 1.5 on each side for 2 sides, that's 3 minus 20 from 27, 24, right? So we want 1 by 24. And yep, that looks good. Now also, again, offset 1.5 there. And then another line up from there, 1.5. And then we get another one of these. And that's going to be 1 by 24. Okay. All right, that looks good. So obviously, we finish the sketch here, and then we push those through, create extrusion. We grab that spot and that spot. We push those right through, enter. All right. So that will allow us to attach a Velcro strap. It's pretty compact, I think. I think it needs to be a little bit more compact if we can. Let's go ahead and press pull. Wait a minute. What is that? No, that's not what we want to do. We want to take specifically this. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a whole millimeter is too much. Let's bring it down by 0.7. Excuse me. Negative 0.7, right? 0.8. Yeah. Okay. This here too. .8, except negative 0.8. All right. And You know, obviously I could have just modeled this profile right here and extruded it instead of doing all these other steps that I just did. But let's go ahead and take off some pointy edges. These two specifically. Modify. Right, I've selected them. Let's bring them in by not too much. There we go. All right. So that's our little Velcro strap attachment for the masks. We're going to have to perhaps sew the Velcro. We're going to bring it through here. It's going to come through there, and then it's going to wrap around. And that's probably going to have to be sewn right here after it comes back in around and through. Just because the hook-to-hook side Velcro isn't going to attach it to itself that way. And it needs to necessarily... You know what? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I can go back down through the other side there, right? And then get this in there like that. Huh. Okay. We'll see if we can do that. And maybe there's no sewing or gluing necessary besides just the gluing of these to the mask itself where they need to be. And yeah, we are done with this build right here. So we're going to save it. We're going to call it Velcro. Whoop, excuse me. My caps lock is on. Velcro strap mount. Yeah. Save it. Then we're going to... Yeah, you can't see the... Huh, okay. I have another window open here. It says 3D print. I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do about figuring out why these windows aren't appearing in OBS for you. So I uncheck this box here that says send to 3D print utility. That's not what I want to do. I want to just get the STL file, and then I want to prepare it for printing the way that I want. Now, the OK button is grayed out because I haven't selected anything to be printed. So I do that. Take the selector over everything, and then it says OK is available. I'll click it. And now it's asking me to specify a save location for this file on the desktop. Sounds fine. And we are going to call it Velcro strap mount. Okay. And that is the STL file that is being saved to the desktop. There we go. All right. So now I'm ready to print this. I can go ahead and do that. I'll show you how we prepare the file. We have our slicer right here that I'm opening up. And I think instead of using window capture to capture Fusion, I'll just do a straight screen capture, and that should go ahead and resolve my issue. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this window capture altogether. And what I'm going to add is, let's see, display capture. Right? Okay. There we go. We want to make sure that we have this other spot. There we go. Available. Now you see my stream information window. I'm just going to move that off to the side here. And now you see the up software. Here's our slicer. Okay. our item. We are going to bring it in. Velcro strap mount. There it is. There's just the one of them. Okay. I want to maybe pivot my view so I can... There we go. Yeah. Look at it. And clearly that's the ideal way to print it, that way. Otherwise we have weird supports going on, or maybe some weird bridging. So that should come out just fine in that way. We want to make sure we do a couple of them, because we're not just doing one of these, clearly. So copy. Let's do 3 copies, huh? And sort of look around again. There we go. Kind of want to maybe center those a bit better. Auto place. There we go. That's much better. So with them auto placed there, I've already input my slicer settings. It says printer not connected. So we're going to go ahead and actually get the printer on and connected right now. And I can actually move it into view of our camera here. It's pretty small. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it into view here for you. Here's our little printer. This is one of the printers that we have. We actually have a few. And this one is pretty compact. I like it. It's very good for printing small things. All right, so our little bed plate is in there. Little doors are shut. We're going to go ahead and plug in the power supply. So that's this brick right here. It's plugged into there now. And then the barrel connector itself for the power is coming around the back here. The switch turns it on. A little light you can see. I'm going to sort of pitch my camera up just a little bit. There you go, so you can see the printer a bit better. And I just have this USB cable. We'll see if it's long enough to reach from here to the computer, in fact, which is in this direction. So it does reach. It's kind of in the way at the moment, but, you know, we'll work on that. We'll work with that for right now. Let me see. Our slicer software done. Let's go ahead and initialize the printer. We do that by pressing the button on the front there. It has a couple of beeps, and then it homes all 3 axes. There we go. And then it goes to like a park position. And now you can see up here, printer ready is what it says. So printer is ready. Our slicer settings are already defined because we just use the same one material in this printer for a while now. We don't use this printer very often, so the one roll that we have on there lasts us for a long time, which was graciously funded by a friend of mine from Facebook, Bonnie McEwen. So thank you very much for that roll of filament. And I'm going to go ahead and get this started. I click print. You can see all these sort of basic profile information settings here. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say that those are all fine. And as I click print there, it starts to slice it. And then you can see at the top there, it actually sends the G code to the internal memory of the little printer. So there's no kind of problem with, say, a timeout from a USB connection getting interrupted or anything like that. In fact, I should be able to actually even just unplug this USB cable from there while it prints. I'm not going to do that because I do value the feedback that it gives me in terms of the, you can see the temperature as it preheats up here. In fact, the physical printer itself, you notice, has no kind of any screen or anything to give you feedback of what it's doing. So it's helpful to have this guy connected to a computer when you can. And that's one of the reasons why I don't use it so often, just because it's not so standalone. You have to have it connected to a computer. I prefer operation where you can make your G code onto a SD card, and then you can remove the physical card from the computer and put it into the printer. Now, this way is better than most USB connections, granted, because it has that G code buffering option or feature that it does. And so I guess it's good enough. You know, maybe what's ideal for this printer is to just have like a dedicated tablet, and then the tablet can sort of sit there with it, and you just use the tablet to operate it. But as this prints, I should still be able to do other things with my desktop here. But the print wasn't very long. And I think I'm just going to stream the whole print, actually. Now, I might get up and get some food and leave you guys to watch the printer, but it's not very long. I believe it said it was like 24 minutes or something like that. It was certainly under an hour, under half an hour, I think, even. I'm going to go ahead and open the printer so you guys can kind of see. It's meant to be operated while closed, right? But what the heck? So it's going to go ahead and lay down a raft. Now, normally you want to make sure that this is all shut when it's printing. There we go. Grab those little boogers off. But I think what I'm going to do is just leave it open so you guys can see it printing. Because I think it's pretty neat, huh? This normally is supposed to shut. And then the front door obviously shuts. And then it's all nice and stays warm. It is meant to be operated with it shut, so that it can maintain the temperature inside. But these things aren't especially tall, and there's not really a danger of the layers splitting, I don't think. Maybe they will. I mean, it's a super short print, so we can kind of do this experiment and see if this is okay to do here. We've also got our cat Tyrion in the background here. You guys probably noticed him. He's our little black kitty. My cats aren't so freaked out by the printers, actually. In fact, what freaks them out most is the regular document printer, because it makes all kind of weird noises and it spits out paper. And where the heck do those papers come from? What is all that, right? This, I think it is less weird to them because they can kind of see what it's doing all the time, and nothing ever just shoots out of it. So, yeah, thanks. So we're finishing the raft here, as you guys can see. This printer is very fast, and it's pretty neat. I really like it. They're quite. This particular unit is quite old, and by quite old I mean from like 4 years ago, and that's pretty old in this game right here, in this printer business. So the first layer of each of our four pieces is done. I can see the profile of them is, thin enough. It should be pretty good, and not, pinching on the inside of my face there, on the inside of those masks. We've made 4, so if it is good, we'll have enough to do 2 of our 3 masks. We may go ahead and do another 2 copies, or just repeat this same exact print again and have 4 copies, so we can have an extra pair if we have a new mask. There we go. That's layer 2. So each of these layers is 0.2 millimeters thick, and layer 3 right here is beginning. It's still doing solid layers. These openings are quite narrow as I look at them being drawn on there. It may be difficult to get a Velcro strap through them at all. But I guess we'll see, huh? It's not so long to print it. You can see at the top, it says we're 10 layers in. And then, in fact, the time remaining is 16 minutes. So, yeah, quite quick, right? 16 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get up and grab something, you guys. I'll just be right back, okay? This printer should be printing here for you. So I've grabbed here as we watch the print is a glass of milk and some chocolate chip cookies. Cookies. That's a little bit better view of what we're printing here. In case you're just joining us, we have 4 copies of a little Velcro strap attachment that we're going to use to attach our masks that we've made. Excuse me, it's not a good view. This is a Sub-Zero mask that I have, and I need to attach these Velcro straps. So these are just little mounting mechanisms that we quickly designed here in Fusion 360, and they're being printed on our little Tier Time Up Mini 3D printer that we have here. It's a pretty good printer. It's very reliable. Has a very, very tiny build space. And when I mean very tiny, I mean you can't even print an iPhone case on it. So that's kind of a problem, I guess. Of course, when this came out, iPhones were significantly smaller. I don't know. Could you fit a iPhone 4 on that bed? Print a case for it? Perhaps. Our cat has jumped up onto the counter here, or the table. I think he's going to examine the printer. Hopefully he won't try to rub his face on the camera right here, but he is looking at the printer. All right. Move on by, buddy. Nothing to see here, just a 3D printer. Right. You can see he walked around the back of it there. Kind of covertly photobombing in the corner there. He's pretty funny, huh? I also have my glass of milk over here, which you may be interested in. This is the last of my milk. I got to go get more. It's too bad I won't have these strap attachments glued on in time. Those will have to set with glue overnight. And it may even be the case that these pieces we've made aren't going to work because the little strap slots are too small and they're just closed up and they can't take a piece of Velcro through them. We'll see about that in, I guess exactly 10 minutes, which is how long it takes these to finish. I guess I could have done just a single one, in like just a few minutes, but it'll be nice to have a bunch if it does work, so I guess that's fine. What are your feelings, Tyrion? That's my black cat's name over here. Hey, Tyrion. Hey, buddy. I'm talking to you. What? Why aren't you looking at me when I talk to you? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Look up here. Hello, thank you. Do you think these Velcro straps are going to work, Tyrion? I did leave just 1 millimeter as the size of that strap hole or cutout space. And this is quite a fine millimeter nozzle. But the thing with 3D printing is the tolerances on the XY plane are a function of the nozzle size. That is to say, imagine you're drawing something with a pencil, and then after you draw it with a pencil, you go over it with a big, fat, thick Sharpie. Now, the width of that Sharpie line is going to be an encroachment on your tolerances. So if you draw a hole with a diameter of, say, 5 millimeters, and your nozzle is 0.5 millimeters, then the width of that line that it draws is going to be also 0.5 millimeters, and that means that you'll have an encroachment on your tolerances by 0.5 millimeters, and that 5 millimeter hole will in fact be 4.5. Now we'll see if the fact that I've specified only a 1 millimeter wide space in there means that my my printer will close it up. I mean, it won't be completely closed given the nozzle size. What is the nozzle size on this? I believe it's quite small. I believe it's 0.3, maybe 0.35, but certainly not 0.5. It's like we have just 7 more minutes of printing remaining, and this will be done. Oh. I guess that 6 minutes includes cooldown time. Got it right now. Even though there was 6 minutes remaining. So what we do here is we're going to take out the bed plate. That's this little perforated black board here. We can see that those little spaces are quite small in there. So let's go ahead and get this off and just out of the way. Whoops, didn't mean to knock that over. It's fine though. All right, so here's what we got. Got these pieces right here. And they're still pretty warm. Let me go ahead and flex the board a bit to try to free all of this from here. I'm going to get a razor. So with the razor, I can separate the raft from the bed plate here. That's perhaps not the right tool for that. In fact, I have my very, very favoriteest tool ever in 3D printing. The paint knife. It's pretty neat. It flexes pretty easily and then goes back. It also has these dulled corners, so it's not going to slice you. But look at that. With it, we can get right under the raft and get the whole thing removed from the bed. Whoop. That's off of there. All right. So, one of these little guys. Let's go ahead and sort of break the raft apart a bit. There's 3 of them there. Now, how do I get this off of the raft? In fact, it peels away quite easily. There it is. That's the raft. That's our piece. Now, moment of truth. Does our Velcro go through this here? Let's check it out. End of Velcro. Piece here. Does it go through? A little bit. Oh, come on. Maybe we can open these up a little bit by sticking something a little bit more rigid through it first. Although I am getting the Velcro to come through, so that's pretty good. Wow. You know, it's so tight in here that I might not even have to do any kind of sewing or backing it back in. In fact, this might even just need one piece like this, and it might not even need to have two cutouts. This piece might just be able to be a single cutout like this. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I could get 2 Velcro folded over like I was thinking in the same side. That just does not happen here. So, you know, that's fine just like that. I can go ahead and use this. I can bring this through. And now if I can get it through the other one, what that will do is make it even tighter in here and sort of pinch it all together. So let's see if I can do that, in fact. Let's try to get this opened up a bit more, as I was saying, by getting something rigid through it. This is a razor blade right here, just the blade. And let's see if we can get that through there. Now the blade part goes through, but the folded over bit at the top here of the blade is not going through. There we go. Now I got that through. So sort of opened this up a little bit. Yeah. All right. So now that's completely through. It's kind of opened up a bit more. And having done that, maybe now I can put this through the top there, yeah? I may even have to give myself some more slack and then pull it back through. So this, do we have to pry this open perhaps? Or maybe pinch the width of it and it kind of maybe opens a bit more, right? No. Now, you guys saw how quickly they printed, so it's really not a problem if I make an adjustment and just reprint all these. But I kind of want to see if I can work with what I've just made and not have to throw these out. Look at that. That does go through on the one side that I opened it up with the razor. See if maybe I can use the razor to push it through. Maybe. Oh, nope. That just cuts it. If I use the dull side of the razor, though, there we go. That is being pushed through now. Okay. A bit. It's really difficult to get that through there. I mean, that's the whole point, though. It should stay in there, given that it's so difficult. In fact, how much have I pushed through? Enough, maybe? Oh, look at that. I nicked myself with the blade. I'll be fine. I'm just bleeding on my project. Certainly, I don't want to get my blood on the Velcro and contaminate it. All right, so I've got a little paper towel. Just sort of dab this up. Make sure I'm not bleeding on my project. Because after all, this is a sterile mask. Pull that through. I have enough, I think, in the top that it's going to stay. I was wrong. It does not. So this piece we cut this piece of Velcro with our fabric scissors. Because fabric scissors are amazing. All right, we got maybe like 70% of what we need to go around my whole head. Because a lot of this is just going to overlap with the other Velcro piece. So we've prepared one there. You know what? I think I'm going to dab it with some glue on the inside there. I'm just going to go ahead and run some super glue here. And then, of course, on here as I go ahead and attach it to the mask. So we're going to say that piece is done. And we're going to get another one of these pieces off of here. We're going to get we're going to slide under there. No. Let's break that raft off first, or with attached raft. And then we will get the razor under the raft, or between the raft and the piece, rather. So that's coming off. There we go. That's all done. So this piece is going to go the other way. So if we put this through that way, like that, then we want to put it through this way, like that. All right. Wait, let's see. Where's the rounded side? So this goes into the top rounded side, and it has fuzz facing the rounded side. All right, so we want hooks facing the rounded side here rather than fuzz, right? Because when we put that together, that's going to come around and that's going to go over. No, we want it the same way. Right, yeah. Because then it's going to come over and that's going to go over that one. Got it. So, rounded side. Fuzz facing up on the rounded side. That goes in there. That goes in there quite easily on this one. You know what? Maybe the one I just used is no good, and I should use another one. Because I really don't have to glue these if I don't have to. Or I mean, glue the Velcro into the piece, I mean. I really just prefer to be able to have the, the tension of these pinching like this be what holds the Velcro into the plastic. Wow. I'm able to get it through the other side here already. Now, I think I need more slack. Let me pull a bunch of this through like that. And then, yeah, there we go. I can work this way much easier. So I feel that sort of shimmying through. See if we can maybe help it out by pushing it. You know what? Screw it. It's getting glued. All right. So we pull this through like that. All right. And then this piece also sort of similar length, maybe identical length even, right? And we'll get our glue. We're going to go ahead and work with gloves because I absolutely hate getting super glue on my bare hands. That's not a fun time. All right. Can have these guys kind of in the background here as a reminder what we're working on. We're going to go ahead and work with these little clips. Probably don't need them, but it'll be nice to make sure that it's all on there. We have a partially used super glue here. Perhaps the glue top is super glued to the thing because I can't get this off of here. All right. Well, we're going to work with it on or off of there then. We're going to open this up. We're going to see the little spot of glue. We're going to go ahead and pretty liberally, I guess, apply this just over there like that. And very good. So that goes there. And that goes there. That's going to dry with, you know, we're not going to put the clip because the clip might just get glued to the thing. We're just going to let it sit there like that. And then our other piece, we're going to prepare it as well. And that is also going to dry there like that. All right. So these are going to dry. And then I'm going to attach them onto there. Now, looks like we have quite a bit of glue here. We don't want to not use this. And we do have two more of these here. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure out two more strap lengths. Okay. We're going to say that's one there. Then we're going to do another one. And then we're going to prepare these lengths also with the blue pieces here. So since we have 4 of these, we can make 2 sets. That comes off of that raft pretty easily. And how does this one come off? Not as easily. It's fine. We do have our razor right here. We can get, there we go. between the raft and the item. Throw the raft away. And our strips here. We want fuzzy side up, right? On the rounded side. There's our rounded side. Fuzzy side up. This goes through. Nice. And our blue hands are a little sticky with glue, so it is a little bit difficult to work with these right here. All right, getting that through. All right, so we've got enough of that through that we can now double it back through the other piece, or the other slot, rather. The other slot is a little bit shut. Let's go ahead and try to pry it open a little bit. Stretch it out. All right. This is kind of difficult right here to get this through. I'm a little stuck. As I was saying earlier, does it absolutely need to go through on the other side? And then when I got it, I was like, oh yeah, of course it does. But I feel differently when I can't get it. Let's go ahead and pry it a bit more open. So that's still not going through there. Can we open it up a little bit more, maybe? All right. Screw it, huh? So what we're going to do in this instance instead is going to be to put it right on there and right on there. And then we're just going to pull it through so that that glue that's on there is on the inside. So we pull that through. There we go. It's a good thing that's not my real fingers. All right, this last one right here. Rounded top there. Man, this piece looks really easily able to have the Velcro go through it. And I don't think I'll have a problem getting it back through. Yep, I will. All right, whatever. So prepare this one the same way that I just did. That is to say, pull a little more than I need through so that on that spot I can apply my glue and then pull it back. So that means, right, whoa, a lot there and on the other side as well. Now, what glue am I going to use to attach these to the masks? Well, I have a lot of these little tiny single-use glues, in fact, and I have more. So That's not going to be a problem. All right. So those pieces are prepared. Those 4 bands. Uh-oh. Don't glue down to the table. All right. So make sure they don't glue down to the table by kind of placing them like this with the blue bit kind of suspended above. All right. So those can sit there. Those will be glued. And once that glue dries, I can go ahead and attach these straps to each of my masks. And I should be able to wear them quite a bit easier. All right. Well, thanks for tuning into my stream today and seeing me work. I'm going to go ahead and get these things off of me there. Put them over there. All right. Thanks, you guys. And you guys have a nice day. I'm waving at the camera. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks.